I think whether or not Tom Brady will be able to grip the ball properly and be accurate with his throws will be something to really keep an eye on, especially against a pass defense that is one of the best, if not the best, in the NFL.
Yeah, that's the question. I mean, is his effectiveness going to be limited at all? We just don't know the answer to it. We haven't seen him throw a football. We haven't heard anyone talk about him throwing a football. So it's almost, to me, I think there's going to be some uncertainty heading into Sunday's game, and we're going to have a better idea. I know you guys don't want to hear this, but first couple of drives on Sunday, what he looks like, what kind of throws he's attempting, if they're modifying what they do at all because he's physically limited. So there are a lot of questions at this point. I mean, it's always something, but I think that there's some legitimacy to this story. I don't think it's something that's been fabricated out of thin air. He got hurt. He got hurt in practice.
Yeah. I mean, Danny Amendola, I think I saw in his press conference today that someone asked if he caught any passes from Tom Brady. He said, "I believe so." So, I mean, you don't get really more vague than that.
Yeah.
The Patriots have done all week. They've done their best to not give up much information, if any information, about Brady. Dion Lewis said to the NFL Network yesterday that he thinks Brady will be okay, and that I think he just thought he'd be fine. So, I mean, that's a good sign, but who knows at this point. It'll be really interesting to watch. One of the things that I think might play into Brady's hands, no pun intended, is that the Patriots might be doing a lot of short throws if they're playing against the Jaguars. The strength of the Jaguars defense, well, they run a cover 3, and they do a good job in the intermediate routes. Passes to the running backs and tight ends could be big for the Patriots in this one. And I mean, if you can be accurate on those short throws, then they can do some catch and runs, which could work.
Yeah, it's probably going to limit. I don't know how many big plays they'll be able to get. I mean, they're gonna try to hit a few with Gronk down the seam, basically in between the linebackers and the safeties, and zone coverage there over the middle. But I'm sure throwing to the backs is going to be a pretty big part of what they do in this game. And I'm wondering about how many yards after the catch they're going to be able to generate, because those Jacksonville linebackers are pretty fast. Those are athletic guys, Telvin Smith and Miles Jack. They close very quickly. So if you're throwing one out in the flat to Dion Lewis, James White, it might look like he's got a lot of room to operate, but those guys can get to him in a hurry. So that kind of game plan where you're going to be throwing a lot of short routes like that, that's going to put you in some third downs. Probably third and short, but it means you're going to have to convert third down. So, and you could say this about most football games, but with a game plan like that in particular, if you win around the team who wins third down is usually going to be the team that wins the game.
Definitely, yeah. And I mean, you just look at what the Jaguars have on defense. Calais Campbell's one of the best pass rushers in the league. Yannick Ngakoue is one of the best pass rushers in the league. But they have shown vulnerabilities in the run game. The Patriots can still run the ball as long as Tom Brady can hand the ball off, can grip the ball enough to hand it off. So I guess how would you see the Patriots utilizing the run game against the Jaguars?
I think that's what you want to do. Their run defense has improved since they made the Marcel Darius trade, but when I watched about 3 of the Jaguars games, and I thought teams had success really running to the outside, running to the edge, not running in the A gap or B gap, but getting to the tackle, basically. Running at Dante Fowler, teams had a field day doing that in the games I watched. I thought San Francisco did a good job of it. I thought Seattle did a really good job of it, and those are 2 rushing attacks that really aren't even that good, but they got into a rhythm when they were running at Fowler, and you can run at Ngakoue too. So I think that's, you look at the team's weaknesses and you try to mimic what other teams did well against them. So that's one thing I would expect the Patriots to do.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of